The zeal of the Lord can be likened to the intensity of a divine flame, divine fire, divine passion, that when it reaches its boiling point, it signifies an outpouring of God's passionate and unwavering commitment to his purpose. It is the boiling over, just like when water boils. It is the boiling over of God's enthusiasm, God's love, God's intense love, God's energy and fire towards his purpose and towards his people. Whenever you see in the Bible, the zeal of the Lord shall accomplish this, the zeal of the Lord, just know that thing that the zeal of the Lord shall accomplish is usually his promise to mankind. And that thing is usually straight from God, not from man. It does not have any influence of man. That is to say, whether we like it or not, this shall be accomplished. Come what may, this shall be accomplished. Just like when water boils and changes into gas and enters the atmosphere, it cannot be caught. It can't be stopped. For example, a laughing gas. If a laughing gas escapes and enters into the atmosphere, people around are going to inhale it and begin to laugh. If it's a dangerous gas that escapes and enters into the atmosphere, people will begin to drop dead. It can't be stopped. It has a ripple effect. The same way, when the zeal of the Lord is set on a matter, it has a ripple effect. It can't be stopped. It can't be stalled. The effect is usually unbelievable. The effect is usually miraculous because God's passion was involved in it. The zeal of God was the energetic force that charged the situation to boil over and produce the final result, which has a huge impact and a huge effect. Let's read Isaiah chapter 9 verse 7. It says, "Of the greatness of his government and peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and righteousness from that time on and forever. The zeal of the Lord will accomplish this." Isaiah foresaw a time of deliverance and hope. He saw the coming of Jesus, and he knew that what would happen can only be accomplished by the zeal of the Lord. Let's read Isaiah chapter 37 verse 32. And it says, "For out of Jerusalem will come a remnant, and out of Mount Zion a band of survivors. The zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this." Wherever the zeal of the Lord was mentioned, it has to do with prophecy. It has to do with an activity God is going to carry out, a promise that God has given to us, to mankind. Let's go further and talk of the characteristics of the zeal of God. Intense love, protective dedication, everlasting loyalty, jealousy for his people. Yes, God is jealous towards us. Passionate commitment, transformative power, demand for exclusivity. That's, you are exclusive to God. You shall not worship any other God. You shall not bow down to any other God other than Jehovah. Active engagement, unstoppable force, which is when God starts, when his zeal starts, it can't be stopped by anybody. It can't be stopped by any force until God himself decides that he's okay, he has had enough. It cannot be stopped no matter what. Purposeful discipline, judgment and wrath, discipline and vengeance. These are the characteristics of the zeal of the Lord. In the month of March, we are going to be handling all these characteristics one by one. To save time, know that all these things are found in the zeal of the Lord. So when something happens around you and which cannot be explained, just know that God's hand is there. That's why there's some miracles that happen and some things that happen. People will say, no, this thing is not ordinary. It's not ordinary. When you start saying this is not ordinary, this is not ordinary, know that God's hand was there.